Jai Radha Madhava Jai Hari. Jai Radha Madhava Jai Hari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamuna Vanachari. Yamuna Vanachari. Yamuna Vanachari. Radha Madhava Jai Hari. Radha Madhava Jai Hari. Radha Madhava Jai Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Gopinath Radha, Gopinath Radhe. Radha Gopinath Radha, Gopinath Radhe. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Devam Sarottamam Devim Saraswati Vyadam Tato Devam Nishte Ashtaprayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavadineshiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Deviki Nandanaya Che Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagadbale Govinda Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Aptakanjana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutidevi Pranamami Hripriye Panchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhuvayacha Adidanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Sari Gaurabhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for today's Bhagavad Gita class. We'll discuss about chapter 6, verse number 31. Sarva Budastam Yoma Bhajate Yegatvam Astidaha Sarvada Bhaktamano Bhi Sa Yogi Maya Vartade. Anybody can recite pretty? You put on the screen pretty, Prabhu bro.
1 minute, Prabhu.
Sarva Budastim Yoma Bhajayet Yegatvam Astidaha Sarva Bhaktamano Bhi Sa Yogi Maya Vartade. Not able to get on the screen, Pati?
1 minute, Prabhu. I will.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I can recite, Pati. You have Bhagavad Gita book, no? Yeah, good, good. Yeah, next one.
Shall I repeat one?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Sarvabhutam sitam yomam bhajate katvamasthitah sarvata vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate.
Everybody say Agni Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Sarvabhuta stitam yo mam vachati ekatvam astita sarvata vartamano pi sayogi mai vartate.
So we'll read this translation. Such a yogi who engages in the worshipable service of the super soul, knowing that I and the super soul is one, remains always in me in all circumstances. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhu. A yogi who is practicing meditation on the super soul sees within himself the plenary portion of Krishna as Vishnu with 4 hands holding conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus flower. The yogi should know that Vishnu is not different from Krishna. Krishna in this form of super soul is situated in everyone's heart. Furthermore, there is no difference between innumerable super soul present in innumerable heart of divinity, nor is there any difference between the Krishna conscious person always engaged in transcendental loving service of Krishna, a perfect yogi engaged in meditating of the super soul. Yogi in Krishna consciousness, even though he may be engaged in various activities while in material existence, remain always situated in Krishna. This is confirmed in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu of Srila Rupa Goswami. Nikilo Abhi Avasto Jivan Mukta Sa Uchade. Devotee of the Lord always acting in Krishna consciousness is automatically liberated. In our Pancharatra, this is confirmed this way. Dika Kaladi Anavanchin Krishna Seto Vidyacha Tanmayo Bhavadi Shipram Jiva Brahmani Yojate. By concentrating one's attention on the transcendental form of Krishna, with all pervading and beyond time and space, one becomes absorbed in thinking of Krishna, then attains a happy state of transcendental association with him. Krishna consciousness is the highest stage of trance in yoga practice. This understanding that Krishna is present as Paramatma in everyone's heart makes a yogi faultless. The Veda Gopala Tapani Upanishad confirms this inconceivable potential of the Lord as follows. Yogo Visan Bahuda Yo Bhavadi. Although the Lord is one, he is present in innumerable heart as many. Similarly, in Smriti Sastra, Eko Evo Paro Vishnu, Sarva Vyapi Na Samsaya, Aishvarat Rubam Ekam Cha, Suryavad Bahudayate. Vishnu is one, yet is certainly all pervading, but stands in inconceivable potency in spite of one form. It is present everywhere as sun appears in many places at once. Hare Krishna, welcome all of you for this Bhagavad Gita discussion. So we are discussing about Jnana Yoga of 6th chapter. Is very, very important actually. So it has got we are covered 2 sessions up to now. One is advancing in Ashtanga Yoga, Aruruksha to Aruda stage. The first stage of yoga, where the level is, it is described here, yoga and sannyasi are same. And then he is talking about the Ashtanga Yoga. Is beginning is Aruruksha stage, and the second stage is advanced stage is Aruda. In this and Aruruksha stage, you have to perform your whatever you are doing, your Nishtama karma you have to do, and you have to continue to prescribe duty without attachment. And the next is the Aruruda stage. You will not do Nishkarma. You have to practice your Ashtanga Yoga. The Ashtanga Yoga is unless you, here is stated here, unless you are detached totally and able to control your senses, then only it is recommended to go to Aruruda stage. Yeah, otherwise artificially you cannot go down. You can't go to the renowned stage as if without doing your activity. You have to do your activity. And also you understand the 8 stages of yoga is there. One is Yamaha, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. Jnana and Samadhi. Here the first stage, 6th stage is you are doing a karma yoga. You have to do actually up to the Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. You have to do your karma. Along with the karma, you have to do that. But Dharana stage is fixing the mind in the lotus form of the Lord, the form of the Lord, initial meditation. That is the first stage of meditation, starting with the connection with Krishna and meditating through your heart. Dhyana stage is you have to intensify the meditation of the Lord. You have to intensify. You have to go to the forest. You have to go to some secluded places. Or put your asana in such a not very high, it's low, and you should have a deer skin. So many things are there. And last is Samadhi, complete observation, trance. These are the stages of yoga stage. But when the Krishna was while he was talking about that he gives that you should be, the mind should be your friend. Actually, you should make your mind as a friend. If uncontrolled mind, you will not be able to. You have to deliver the soul with controlled mind. If you are not able to control the mind, you will not be able to focus your attention. That's why. Actually, it is stated here, mind can be a friend as well as enemy. Depends on how you are able to control your mind. If you are able to control your mind, it become a friend. Controlled mind become enemy. And also you have to make your mind as a friend. And my kind of friend is instead of subject to your what is called, instead of subjugating yourself to the mind, you should have use your intelligence. Whatever is right, prescribed according to the scripture, you should do. And then if you are practicing the mind according to, you are able to control the mind, it will become best friend. If you are not able to control the mind, it becomes your worst enemy actually. And Krishna explains about the very stages of yoga rudra. Many stages of this. One is able to control the mind, and you have to attain tranquility and approach the super soul, completely observe the super soul without any material attachment. And then also neutrality. Neutrality means heat and cold, happiness and distress, honor, dishonor. You should rise above duality and satisfied in shastric knowledge and realization. You should be interested to read shastras, understand and live up to that. And situated in transcendence and self-control. Transcendent means you should be not worried about the material activity. You should always you have to always think about Krishna in your heart. that you should transcendental to these all these material conditions, and self-control. And self-rise is called a yogi. You should be more interested in transcendental knowledge instead of this the material knowledge. And equal vision of pebble, stone, and gold. There is a definition of learned man or learned person is Vidya Vinaya Sambandhe Brahmani Kavyasini Suriseva Subhagesa Pandita Samadarshana. You should not be interested in small things of the material world. The pebble, the stone, and gold should be treated as yogi. That means you have no attachment to the material things. Further advanced, you equipy us to all people, well-wisher, benefactor, neutral, mediator, envious, friends, enemies, pious, and sinners. These are the things. Then, if you are able to come, then you are symptom of Yoga Ruda. And from Yoga Ruda, then by advancing, then the Ashtanga Yoga stage is there. Then in the basic thing is, as I told you, you have to sit for practicing this always. You have to go to a secluded place and sit in a particular posture. The asana should be not very high, very low, and you should always stand erect. Always sit in a body, neck and head should be straight actually. Then only you will be able to concentrate. And you should not have any. You should cease all the material existence. You should only concentrate on Krishna. Recommendation, Ashtanga Yoga also, recommendation is there, do's and do not. And also diet should be controlled, and your sleep also should not sleep so much, and you should not reduce, you should have a proper sleep. And regulation of habits, eating, sleeping, recreation, all this should be perfect state. And actually, here when we were talking about, last time we saw about that, two stages, and you should see perfect, the vision of perfect yogi is you see Paramatma and Krishna everywhere. Whatever you see, even the what is called moving, non-moving, that is called this one, which has got a life, which doesn't have a life. Everything you should see with the vision of Krishna, because nothing manifests in the material, even if the inert things, also cannot come on its own without the intervention of Krishna. That you should see everywhere. When you just open our eyes in front of, as soon as we get up in the morning, we see anything, even the wall we see the fan, we see anything. That is all combination of the earth, water, fire, ether, all these five combination. And if you see a person, means that person has got a mind, intelligence, ego. The eight material things are manifesting in front of us as soon as go. So other 24 elements are there. We can't see anything without Krishna. That should be there. Then we are now this particular section what we are talking about, action of a perfect yogi. Such a yogi who engages in worshipable service of the super soul, knowing that I and the super soul are one, remains always in me all circumstances. This is a stage is called, you can't live without Krishna. Even though in the material world, even though we are in material world, we are doing so, Prabhu nicely explained, even though the devotees are doing all material activity, it is not material activity. What outsiders looks like a material activity, we are all transcendental, because our ultimate aim is to practice Krishna. Please Krishna, that's the ultimate aim. Here also, this particular stage, Prabhu say the difference between the yogi and the devotee. Yogi has to do, the Ashtanga yogis has to do all this. He has to do, you have to go to the place, and you have to sit in a particular posture. Many conditions are there. But devotee, there is no condition. Because having Krishna consciousness means he has realized Krishna during his lifetime, this present life itself. He also, his entire life more on the Krishna consciousness. He always think about Krishna, how to do, even though he is working materially, his conscience is to how to connect whatever activity he is doing in Krishna consciousness. Then even he is above, the devotee is above yogi actually. And yogi has to struggle hard to retain the position. Sometimes he may fall down also. But devotee, there is no fall, because Krishna is always with us. That is what one of the important things what we study. We see everything in the worship me as one, those situated in all entities, have a super soul, Paramatma, thus existing in me all circumstances. class 29:30 said vision of perfect yogi, see Paramatma and Krishna everywhere. That's why Prabhu said that the yogi which has obtained with this very difficult process, with a very difficulty, and the devotee obtained without any trouble at all, because that is natural for him to remember Krishna. Then we'll go to next sloka, 32. Adbobam yena sarvatra samam pashyadi yo arjuna sugam va yadi va dukkam sa yogi paramamadaha. Anybody can chant?
Atmopamena sarvatra samam pashyati yo arjuna sukham va yadi va dukham sayogi paramo mataha.
Anybody is there? Or I'll go to translation. Anybody is there?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah. Then try, Prabhuji.
Atmopam yena sarvatra samam pashyati arjuna sukham va yadi va dukham sayogi paramo mataha.
Translation is, yeah, he is a perfect yogi who, by comparison to his own self, sees the true equality of all beings in both their happiness and their distress. For Arjuna. Purport. One who is Krishna conscious is a perfect yogi. He is aware of everyone's happiness and distress by a hint of his own personal experience. The cause of the distress of the living entity is forgetfulness of relation with Krishna, and the cause of happiness is knowing Krishna to be the supreme enjoyer of all activities of human being, the proprietor of all land, planet, and the sincerest friend of all living entities. The perfect yogi knows that living being who is conditioned by the three modes of material nature is subject to the three material misery due to forgetfulness of relation with Krishna. And because one in Krishna consciousness is happy, he tries to distribute knowledge of Krishna everywhere. Since the perfect yogi tries to broadcast the importance of becoming Krishna conscious, he is the best philanthropist in the world, and he is the dearest servitor of the Lord. Nacha tasmat manushyesu kachin me priya kirtamaha. In other words, a devotee of the Lord always looks to the welfare of living entities. In this way, he is always factually a friend of everyone. He is the best yogi because he does not desire perfection in yoga for personal benefit, but tries to for others also. He does not envy his fellow living entity. Here is a contrast between the pure devotee of the Lord and yogi interested only in personal elevation. Yogi who has withdrawn to a secluded place in order to meditate perfectly may not be a perfect as devotee who tries best to turn every man towards Krishna consciousness. This is a difference between the yogi and the devotee. Yogi is doing everything for his own welfare, for his personal. He wants to do everything. He doesn't want to bring others to the picture. Whereas devotee means he is concerned with others. He is more compassionate. The compassionate is a very important factor, but naturally he becomes compassionate. He did not do anything artificially. That's a position of the devotee. Now, here I can tell you one small story. Before that, I will discuss about this particular sloka. Bhoktaram yajnatavasam sarvologham heshunam surdam sarvabhudanam jnatvam santi rikshari. Here Prabhupada used the same there. Just to understand, human being is a proprietor of all land and planet, and he is a controller of the demigods, all living entities. He is a beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerity, and also a benefactor of all living entities. This is the definition of, and by doing this we obtain peace. This is the peace formula of Bhagavad Gita 5.29. And here is because knows the living entity is conditioned by the modes of material nature. We are subject to the material nature is ignorance, passion, and goodness. Three modes are operating us. Plus also we have the three miseries. Adi Baudik, Adhyatmik, Adi Devi. The trouble caused by our own body and mind, and and the troubles caused by other living entity, and the troubles caused by demigods and other natural thing which is beyond our control. With this all this one, because of these three modes operating on us and the material desire, material desires which are affecting us, we forget relationship with Krishna. Sometimes we are in mode of goodness, we think we are good. We ourselves certify we are good. But the Prabhupada say even the mode of goodness also may be subject to change. It become passion for some time. It also become mode of ignorance. I will tell you a small story. This is a real story actually. This is told by one of our devotee. Actually, if the compassion, where you have to show compassion is very important, because if you are not guided by a spiritual master, you will be compassionate. You will think that you are compassionate on everything. Without discussing, the compassion may invite you for take you to the sinful reaction. There was one lady. This is actually a real story. This one lady was there. She's from Brahminical culture. The nice background, everything was there. Somehow suddenly she fell in with love with one man. That man is a non-vegetarian person. But this lady took compassion on that non-vegetarian person. I will marry you on condition I will become vegetarian, you become non-vegetarian, but don't bring anything at home. I will not allow you to bring any non-vegetarian items at home. You will have it hotel anywhere you can take, but and also don't force me to take non-vegetarian food. That based on that they conducted the marriage. After some time, the lady become very compassionate at the husband. She gave some relaxation. Why you are eating in the hotel? You bring home and sit separately in your room, and don't call me and don't tell me to if it has become anything extra. Don't force me to eat. Okay, on that condition she allowed. It went for some time, and then she told, and you are spending so much money on hotel every day. Most of the money is going there. They will be very charging heavy amount. But you better come and cook at home. But don't ask me to do help you on that. You yourself cook and eat. Like that, she gave some concession. After some time, she came to know this person is buying so many things, all non-vegetarian items, but he is taking very little and throwing away. So he said, instead of that, I will only start cooking for you, and I will make whatever is required. I will not waste like this. She started cooking, and after some time, she was telling, and I am started cooking for you. Something is remaining extra, so let me taste. Like that, she started tasting, and after tasting, no, after some time, it becomes so. This one she changed. She become she like the taste. She converted herself to non-vegetarian. That's the story of compassion. Unless you are guided by your devotee, spiritual master, or some kind of some kind of person who is practicing Krishna consciousness without any deviation, without any what is called, without any break. Consistently, a person is following. He is no fixed in Krishna. That's why it's important. Prabhupada used the word fixed in Krishna consciousness. It is not that one day I practice I like it because my mood is good. So some other day I don't like it. I don't want to do it. No, it's a regulation. Prabhupada says yogi means the regulated. The disciplined life is yogi's life. But material life means whatever you mind says you go. Here you understand this particular jnana yoga is you don't give importance to the mind. As you further go, the Arjuna says, I am not able to control the mind. And here, very important factor, this particular reason, worship as one, those situated in all entity as super soul, Paramatma, that exists in me in all circumstances. See all things equal by comparison to oneself and consider others' happiness in distance of one. This is called learned state, learned or Brahmana. Brahmana means he has to consider whatever happiness is coming, that happiness he wants to give to others. Whatever distance is coming to others, you want to see that the distance is removed. Or at least to the extent of you should not cause distress to others. Not only what is called himsa means not only killing this animal. even speaking the words, harsh words, and not treating properly. These are also come under the activity of the himsa. That's why we should be very, very careful to follow the instructions of acharyas. And especially this Bhagavad Gita also, even though its book is very easy to understand, many of this translation, it gives different meaning. For example, just now we talk about compassion. You can't be compassionate everything. You should be strict in something. That means you should not deviate. Whatever Krishna says, that here the important word is, a person who is spreading the Krishna consciousness, especially devotees, he is the highest. Krishna likes them. That is very important thing you have to understand is why we should love the devotees, why we should serve the devotees. Not that it is liking our thing, because Krishna loves them. That's why very nice example is given. If you love me, you have to love my dog. That's a basic principle. Even the human being also, if you go to somebody's house, if you got a pet, you can't go in the middle with a pig if the owner doesn't like it. So you have to go and see that whatever that owner loves, you have to love him. Similarly, if Krishna loves the devotee, that is why we have to love them. Not because of anything else. Whether he likes it or not, that is not a consideration. If you want to please our ultimate master, Krishna, we have to go according to things which is pleasing him. And we should not displease him. That here Prabhu also says, we always remember Krishna, never forget him. That's one of the principles of a yogi. Yogi means that whatever may the situation, whatever may be the troubles he will undergoing in the life, he will never not to think about Krishna even for a moment. For example, the gopis always constantly thinking about Krishna, whether in his present or in his absent. So we are not affected by this one. Only by Sadadam Kirtanatama. Why we are to do? While we chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, our mind will become friendly with us. How to tame the mind? Only by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, you will be able to train the mind, but you understand you are not the mind. Very main thing is, since we identify ourselves with the mind and the body, we are in trouble. If you don't identify the mind and the body, what you have to do? You have to identify with the soul, the Paramatma, Bhagavan. Instead of things which are connected to spiritually, if I identify more and more, that only by practicing. See, what is important is the next particular slogan is Krishna is telling, by practice and detachment. Two things if you practice in our spiritual life will shine like anything. We should practice whether we like it or not. The chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, we should regularly chant. Whether we chant properly, attentively, inattentively, that doesn't matter. We should put our sincere effort. Cry to Krishna in the morning. I am not able to. As Satchinamala say, I don't have capacity to chant. I am not pure. I don't like this holy name. It is not giving any taste to me. In spite of that, since my spiritual master ordered me, and since I also taken the process of spiritual seriously, I want to do it every day. Like that, if you have the regulation, automatically you will become perfect. They actually stated, if you practice anything regularly for over a period of time, you will become master of that. That is one thing. Plus detachment. Detachment, you understand this is not favorable to me, you should not do that. If it's something favorable to me, you should be attached. Attachment simultaneously practice. That's why the niyama comes. That the particular yoga also, why Krishna is talking about yoga and all, because by giving the knowledge, unless we have a knowledge of all this, what to be followed, what not to be followed, what is asana, pranayama, all these things, why is Krishna is giving? He is building up in such a way, we should have the knowledge of everything. Unless we have a knowledge, we will not be able to appreciate how difficult to practice yoga. Unless you understand, then you will not be able to become, you will not be able to practice this bhakti, which is easy process. You will think this is also easy. Bhakti cannot be, that's what Krishna says, he can give anything materially you wanted. But bhakti he gives only to selected people. He doesn't give it. It's not as soon as I get up in the morning, I will chant the Hare Krishna mantra in the morning. That kind of thought will not come to a materialistic person. He will be thinking about what to see, what is the latest news, what is happening. That will be interesting. But our interest, as soon as we get in the morning, where is my Jabamala? And as soon as I will take bath, sit down, chant. That by chanting, the simple thing actually. The Prabhu say, practicing Krishna consciousness is simple, but it's not easy. But why it is not easy to me? Our mind will say, why we should chant today is very, it is raining now, today weather is not good. So many reasons our mind may give. We have to ignore the mind. Once you ignore the mind, what comes is your commitment to the process. Once the commitment to the process mind doesn't play at all. Otherwise, mind will say, as soon as you get up in the morning, you say, we should get up in the morning, we should take bath. All these things, all negative will come in the mind. Once you ignore the mind, and intelligence gives the discrimination, which is good, which is not good. When intelligence comes to the picture, and the intelligence, through the intelligence, you go to the next stage of soul. Then the intelligence will take you to the once you take to the soul and surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna will lead your life. And then actually the devotee life is led by Krishna only. For many examples, we can see many difficulties would have come in our life to stop our practice. But since Krishna intervened in our life, he gave intelligence to understand, you give intelligence to us to practice Krishna consciousness over a period of time. Because of that, Krishna is involved in more and more in our life, and it becomes steady. The steadiness on our, if anybody thinks, no, I am chanting Hare Krishna Mantra many years, and that is actually is an illusion. Without the intervention of Krishna, even one day, even one round, we can't chant. Such a difficult time. If you chant 16 rounds Hare Krishna Mantra when you get up in the morning, the struggle initially we had, it is not a struggle now. We are picking up the Javamala as happily we are doing because Krishna is intervened in life. More and more become serious. Krishna will be closer to us. He will guide us very nicely in spiritual path, which is like a it's like a Himalayan task. The chanting Hare Krishna Mantra is Himalayan task. Even to some devotees even find it difficult to chant 4 rounds. Because why is it difficult to? They think they are under the control of the mind. A person listen to the mind will not be able to chant beyond 2 rounds. 2 rounds is difficult. 15 minutes they can't give time. Why is it become? They can understand that 24 hours given by Krishna. Out of that, to love means we have to give something to in return to grateful. That's why our Radhanand Maharaj says a devotee is grateful. Grateful for whatever he got. He actually, Maharaj says, grateful to the parents. Grateful to these your animals which is around you. Grateful to the trees. Grateful to the plant. Grateful to the river. Grateful for everything. Because everything is ultimately manifestation of Krishna. We can't live. Yogi means what? You have to see everywhere, everything Krishna. How do you see everything Krishna? You have to at least realize and also aware. Without Krishna, we can't live even for 1 second also. Without air, during the COVID, people understood what is the importance of oxygen. Otherwise, it is for granted, no, it is available. So when we go through the difficulty, we have to, from the difficulty, we have to rise above this mode of the mode and the 3 mysteries, what we have just now read, and this one, and rise above the transcendent state and connected to Krishna. Then also remain on the fixed in Krishna consciousness. That is the ultimate stage. By this stage, what happened? Prasanna Atman will become joyfully, will become happy. The happiness stage can be not obtained by anything material. That you have to understand now. After coming to Krishna consciousness, we have to understand material things you can't give happiness. If your material things could have given happiness, you would have seen many material people would have been happy. If you see any materialist people, they are always anxiety. Because they know how the material nature works. Last time also we discussed knowledge. What is the knowledge? Knowledge means soul and the Jivatma, Paramatma, and the controller of both. See, material and spiritual and controller of both. Controller of both Krishna. Material is also Krishna only. Material is not that the material is what is called, people say it is false or illusion. Material is temporary, but eternal also. Except karma, everything is eternal. Jivatma, Paramatma, nature, time, everything is eternal. Only the karma is not, because it is affecting us. That's why the karma is eternal. Because whatever you do action, you have to repay that. Then next life you have to repay, or this life itself That's why the karma is not eternal. Otherwise, everything is eternal. So you understand the material world also is manifestation of Krishna, and we can by just studying the material things, we can understand material things in front of us. Spiritual thing we are not still realized. That's why through material thing we can understand how the Krishna is powerful. Whatever you see the material thing, if it is not provided by Krishna, whether we can live happily. The material world spirit, Vikalayam Asasam is one thing. Even during our lifetime, for us to enjoy superficially or illusionally think we're enjoying, there should be some kind of mechanism for us to enjoy. The material world is, even though it is illusion, we have some concept of enjoyment. That we are, for that if you are grateful, Krishna will be pleased. That one of the greatest quality of devotee is gratefulness. We are grateful to whatever little we got in our life. Even this particular knowledge you understand Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, it is not on our own understanding. Whatever you're talking about yoga, what about soul, Paramatma, Jivatma, these are not ordinary things for a materialistic person to understand. And also realize by wisdom and at least apply one or two things practically in our life, then our life is successful. Our life is successful, remain peacefully, satisfied life, contented with whatever we have, then Krishna is pleased actually. These are pleasing Krishna. They are not very difficult actually. Pleasing to Krishna through our happiness and our contentment. If you are contented, Prabhu says, if a Krishna conscious person is always content, he is happy with whatever situation. If he is given, our Maharaj says, if you are an opulent person, you need not to renounce anything, go to forest. Be happy and use whatever you have opulent in service of Krishna. But if you are poor, don't try to become rich. In the poor situation only, whatever the destiny will give, you'll be satisfied in the poor situation, like Sudama. Sudama is happy in the situation. Never, even when he went to Krishna also, did not demand anything from him. He actually, his wife sent him to ask something from Krishna. He did not ask. If you ask anything to Krishna, it will be like a business. No, you're asking something later. We are practicing Krishna consciousness for pleasing Krishna. That's all. Krishna knows what is our level of bhakti. Accordingly, we reciprocate to the level of action. We are to whatever level we are capable of that. We are practice. That's all. Krishna is happy. Actually. We do not do any extra endeavor also. Because Krishna knows what is our condition, what is our position, what is our capacity and capability. And to the extent you do, Krishna is very happy. And we can see happiness and give the happiness to others by our practicing Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Guruji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Already 8.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Our Bharadal Guru, we should thank him. He's giving some opportunity to at least read and speak something.
Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji.